Here's how you can make more sales on Google without hiring a social media manager or you posting every day. If you run a business in Nigeria, whether you're a photography studio, a salon, a cleaning company, a consultant practices, any business at all where you serve people directly, this webinar is going to be very useful for you. So before we get into anything, I want to be upfront about something. Now, I have actually been in a lot of webinars whereby you start thinking about it for the next 14 minutes. You are wondering, what is this person actually trying to sell to me? How much is it going to cost? Is this whole thing going to be a long sales pitch? So the truth is that I have an offer for you. I'm not going to deny that. And at the end of this webinar, I'm going to share that particular offer. It's a done for you Google review management service built exclusively for Nigerian businesses. That is what we call Revieme. So we have a 7 days trial whereby you don't need to make any payment upfront. We set it everything for you. And for 7 days, you check it out and know if it's something that you want to use or not. And if you don't want it, you can cancel it anytime. No contract or nothing is binding you. So our prices start from like 30,000 naira upwards. So that's just it. I just needed to mention that for you so that you know there's nothing that is binding you to anything. You can cancel if you don't want it. So if you try it and you decide it's not for you for any reason at any time, you can just go ahead and cancel it. No back and forth, no awkward conversations, no commitment. You are completely free. In fact, you're not giving us your card or anything. So you don't need to worry yourself so much. So that's basically the of everything that I have to sell to you at the end of this webinar. So having said that, relax your mind, don't get troubled because that's the last time I'm going to mention this until the end of the webinar. Now, my promise for you is that everything I'm about to teach you today is genuinely useful, whether you ever work with us or not, whether you take the offer or not, whether you let us do this for you or not. If you want to do it by yourself, you have the right to go ahead. Just pick the knowledge I'm about to share with you and make use of it. Now, if you watch this entire webinar and decide Revieme is not for you, you will still walk away knowing exactly how Google local search works, why your profile is not or is ranking, what you can do about it. So that is going to be on your own terms. So that's my commitment to you for the next few minutes. So now let's go into it. I'm sure you are as excited as I am. So this is actually what you are expecting. This is what is coming. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why some businesses in your city are getting a steady stream of new customers from Google every single week, while others who are just as good or even better are staying completely invisible. That's the whole thing that this webinar is going to address. And more importantly, I'm going to show you what the businesses at the top actually doing differently that kept them at the top of the search. So if you just go to your Google, don't do it now after the webinar. If you search for a particular business in a particular city, let's say you search for a fashion designer in Port Harcourt, photographer in Lagos, you see that there are some people that comes at the top. Why some you scroll before you see them. What keeps those people at the top and what makes some people to be at the bottom? That's basically what we want to talk about. It is not about running hard. Yes, there's something called Google Ads or thereabouts, but everything I'm about to share with you now, you don't need to run Google Ads. You don't need to do that. You don't need to spend money on sponsor. It's not about you hiring a social media manager, and it's not you posting every day on Instagram or even on Google. I know you know that you can post on Google profile itself, but it has nothing to do with all of this. So it's something simpler, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You'll be like, why haven't I been doing this all this while? So that's basically it. They set up this system for several businesses and they are getting absolute results from it. My name is Korede Latif. I am the founder of Revieme by Plumage.io. So I have spent over 40 years in media marketing, working closely with Nigerian businesses. Over the time, I have noticed something very strange. Businesses doing great works offline are losing customers online, but because their Google presence did not reflect their real reputation. Now, that observation led to building a structured review system, which is what I am about to show you today. Every day, we work with Nigerian business owners who are delivering genuine excellent services, but whose Google profile doesn't reflect any of it. That gap between the quality of your work and what a stranger sees online is exactly what this webinar is all about. So without wasting any more time, let's dive into it. Now, let me share with you what I call the business owner's blind spot. Now, what does this look like? I want to start with a question. When was the last time that a completely new customer, someone who did not know about you before, who was not referred by anyone, had never heard of you before, found you on Google and contacted you? If you are struggling to remember, you are not alone, and it's not because your business is not good enough. It's because of a blind spot that affects almost every Nigerian businesses I have spoken to. Now, one of the clients that I spoke with recently, they've been in business for over 23 years. When I asked them, how long have you been in business? They said like 23 years. I checked their Google profile. I saw post of like 7 years ago. That means at least that business profile has been active for at least 7 years. Guess how many review is on that page? Zero. I'm sure you can never get that right. They had zero review. Like, I was wondering, ask them how managed. They say that's why we called you. You can't be in business for 7 years. Then I asked them, okay, how have you been getting your customers? They said through referral. So that means they've been doing great work. But the problem is that they were not asking those customers to give them review. And they didn't have a system to get it from them. Because for somebody to refer you to another of his friend, that means the person was satisfied with whatever you did for him or her. So which one do you think is easier? Telling your friend about your customer or spending like 30 seconds to write something for a person? This is what that blind spot looks like. Now, let's imagine two businesses, same city, same service, very different results. Now, imagine two photography studios in Lagos. Both have been in business for like 3 years. Both have genuine happy clients. Now, Studio A has 94 Google reviews, recent ones, with responses on every single one of them. And then we have Studio B, which has 11 reviews, some of them 2 years old, none of them responded to. Now, when someone search for photographer in Lagos on Google, who do you think that they are going to reach out to? Just make your guess. Of course, Studio A will win every single time. This is not because Studio A is better, not because they have been in business longer, not because their Instagram is better, not because they are using maybe a social media manager or whatever, but because Studio A looks more trusted and Google looking trusted is being trusted. Now, let me tell you about the trust gap, where it really comes from. Now, here's the part that surprises so many business owners when I tell them. Studio B's clients are just as happy as Studio A's clients. The difference is not the quality of service. The difference is that Studio A has a system that captures every happy customer's experience as a Google review, while Studio B does not. Now, that single difference, a system versus no system, is the entire gap. This is what I call the business owner's blind spot. You are inside your business every day. You are seeing the happy clients. You get the thank you messages. You get referrals. Your customers tell other of their friends about how great your service is. But the strangers on Google does not see any of that. All they see is what is on your profile. If your profile does not reflect the quality of your service, you are invisible to them. Now, the real cost of an invisible profile. Let me put a number onto this for you. If your business serves 10 customers per week, that's 40 per month, and that's 480 per year. Now, even if 20% of potential new customers are choosing a competitor because their Google profile looks more established than yours, that's roughly 96 customers per year you never spoke to. And an average transaction value of like 50,000 naira, that's 4.8 million naira in revenue per year, going to a competitor. Not because they are better, but because they look more trusted online. That number I shared with you is conservative. For businesses with higher transaction value, it's much larger than that. Now, this is not a small problem. It's one of the most expensive invisible problems in Nigerian businesses right now. Now, let me share with you how Google actually decides who show up first. When you search for a business like I told you to do, and how does Google decide that it's this business that should come up and this other one should go down? Let me share with you how they made that decision. Now, or what specifically Google is looking at. So let me talk about how Google local search actually works, because most people have a vague sense that review matters, but they don't know why or how much or what specifically Google is looking at. So understanding this will change how you think about your Google profile permanently. When someone searches for a business in their city, let's say makeup artist in Abuja, cleaning services in Port Harcourt, fashion designer in Ibadan, Google does not just show them the closest business or the one that is been around for the longest period of time. Google runs a ranking calculation, and there are three main inputs that determines where you appear. Let me share that with you. The three ranking inputs. The first one is review volume. How many reviews do you have? The second one is review. When was the last review posted on your profile? And the third one is response consistency. Whether you respond to every review or not. Those are the three things that Google used to make that calculation. Now let's look at the first one. That's the review volume. How many reviews does your Google business profile have? That's the first thing. More reviews signal to Google that more people interacted with your business, found it worth commenting on. Volume matters a lot. Second one is review recency. When were your last reviews posted? A business with 80 reviews, but the most recent one was 18 months ago, sends a weaker signal than a business with 40 reviews and 3 posted this week. Google wants to show users businesses that are currently active, and recency matters a lot. Now, the third one is response consistency. Does the business respond to its review? This is the one that most people don't know about. Google treats review responses as a signal of engagement and trust. Businesses that respond to review consistently, good ones and even bad ones, are rewarded with higher visibility. Now, let me share with you the secrets. These three inputs managed well over time determine whether you show up above your competitor or below them in local search. And here is the critical insight. None of these inputs require you to spend money on sponsor ad. None of them require you to hire a social media manager, and none of them require you to post every day. They just require a system, and that's what I'm about to give to you. What most businesses are doing instead and why it is not working. Let me share that with you. Most Nigerian businesses manage their reviews in one of three ways. Let me quickly go through that. Now, the first option is that they think nothing. No active effort to collect reviews. They hope customers will leave them voluntarily, and good enough, some of the customers do, while some don't. Now, the second one is they ask manually. A verbal request at the end of a session, sometimes a sign at the front desk, occasionally a WhatsApp message when they remember to send it. They'll just be like, thank you for patronizing us. Do you mind sending us a Google review? That's how they do it manually. And you know the problem with this? During the period whereby you have a lot of customers, when probably there's a lot of traffic, you are getting very busy, you will not remember to do that. And that is the time you're supposed to do it the most, because you have so many people patronizing you. Those so many people are supposed to be giving you a review at the end. But you are too busy to ask for review. So you will not remember to ask them. And probably the time that you are not very busy, that's where you now be asking them. And those times you don't have enough customer. You can see the problem with you doing it manually. Now, this works for a few weeks. Then a busy period hits and the asking stop. Then another busy period, and 6 months later, 3 new reviews have come in for the past 6 months. You can see how tragic that is. Now, the third option is that they pay for social media management. A fully agency running their Instagram and Facebook, but the agency is not touching Google reviews. That's not part of the brief. I don't know of any agency in Nigeria or thereabout that helps you manage your Google profile. Most of the time it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or maybe TikTok, X. Those are the places that social media managers take charge of. They don't manage your Google business profile. So none of these options produce consistent compounding results on Google because none of them systems. A system asks every customer every time without the business owner thinking about it, without depending on a good week or a good memory. That's what changes everything. Now, why your customers are not leaving reviews, the real reason, let me share that with you. I want to address something I hear from almost every business owners that I have spoken to. The first one is that my customers just don't leave reviews. And here's the truth. Your customers are not leaving reviews because they are unhappy. They are not leaving reviews because they are disloyal. They are not leaving reviews because the window closed. That's the real reason. Now, let me explain what that means. Think about the last time you had a genuinely great experience at a restaurant or with a service provider. You thought about it. Wow, I love this service. Let me just give them a review. And maybe when you just step into your car, life happens. Your kids start calling you. You start getting distracted from one place or the other. You have a lot of WhatsApp messages to respond to. By the time you get home, that intention has gone. You got so busy with life and you have other things to attend to. It's only them that you are thinking about. That's not disloyalty. That is human attention. The window for a review is very small. It's the time in hours right after a great experience, when the feeling is still fresh and when the effort required is very low. The business collecting review consistently are not collecting them because they have more loyal customers than you. They are collecting them because they reach their customers inside that window through the right channel with a message that makes it easier to. In Nigeria, that channel is WhatsApp. Most businesses in Nigeria depend heavily on WhatsApp. A personal message, a direct link, a 30 seconds to complete. Once you make it so easy for them, you ask them in the way that they can understand. They just click on one button and it takes them to your page and they type whatever they want to type within 30 seconds. That is it. That's the whole secret. Everything that is required for you to consistently get Google reviews, rank higher, get more sales, make more money from Google. That's the system the top ranking businesses are running and is broken down for you. So what does this system actually look like? Let me break it down into 3 parts for you. I call them the 3 R's. The first one is request, second one is respond, and the third one is repurpose. If you can do these 3 things, every businesses that consistently rank well in local Google search is doing all of the 3 things, whether they know it or not. This is what they are doing. They might just doing it unknowingly, but they are doing it. Now, let's talk about the first one, which is request. Every customer to serve receive a personalized review request via WhatsApp within hours of the transaction. That's the first thing. Now, not a week later, not the next day, within hours when the experience is still fresh. If you are the type that does this thing and you probably use the dispatch rider to send it, you can set it that once they receive it, you have an idea of when they're going to open the pack. So you just time it at that particular time. You set it that, okay, once it's delivered, boom, the review goes. And they are so happy at that particular time. Now, the problem that most people have is that you allow this thing to stay. Once that dopamine is no longer there, they don't really feel the urge of giving you the review anymore. The message is personal. It references their specific interaction. It includes a direct link to your Google profile that takes them straight to your review screen. No searching, no clicking around. Some people, when they want to request for review, they say, go to Google, search for my business name, please give me a review. Who has those kind of time? But once you make it very easy for them, they will do it for you happily. So 30 seconds to complete. Maximum is maximum conversion. And this does not just go to new customers. This is where most businesses miss a massive opportunity. You've been serving customers for years, hundreds of people, maybe thousands, all of them experience your service. Most of them like it. Now, none of them has left review for you, or some of them did because they were never asked. When a proper review system goes live, the first thing that it does is reach back into your full customer history, send them a request to everyone you've already served. Now, I will share a real example of what this looks like in a moment. The results from that first outreach alone are enough to change how your profile looks within a single week. Now, the second one, which is response. Every single review that comes in, every single one of them gets a professional, timely response. A 5-star review gets acknowledged warmly. A 3-star reviews get addressed thoughtfully. A complaint gets handled professionally in a way that shows anyone reading it you take your services very seriously. Now, 2 things happen when you respond to every review. First, Google notices it. Response consistency is a positive ranking signal for Google because that engage with their reviews. Businesses that engage with their reviews are rewarded with higher visibility over time. The second one is potential customer notices. When someone is comparing you to a competitor, They don't just read the reviews, they read the responses. A business that responds to every review, especially a difficult one, looks accountable, looks trustworthy, and worth calling. Most business owners don't have the time to respond manually to every review. So most of them don't even respond at all. The thing is, if you even finish responding to your Instagram and Facebook comments, for instance, it's Google review that is remaining. That silence is costing them ranking conversions every single week. Now, the third arrow is repurpose. Every 5-star review your business receives is also a piece of marketing content. Real words from real customers in their own voice, publicly verifiable. That's more convincing than any caption you write about yourself. More converting than any ad you will ever run. So every 5-star review you get, turn into a branded post, publish on your Instagram and your Facebook pages. Your happy customers become your content team without anyone asking them to do anything else. This creates a compounding effect. Reviews build your Google ranking. Those same reviews repurpose as social content, build trust with your social media audience. Both channels are working together from the same source. Now, let me talk about the compounding effect and why starting now matters. Now, here's something I want you to understand about all of these three things. They compound. A business that runs this system consistently for 12 months does not just have a better Google profile than one that starts 12 months later. They have a profile that is structurally very difficult to displace. Review velocity. Reviews arriving regularly signals to Google that the business is consistently active. The longer that signals run, the stronger it becomes. The businesses that are hardest to overtake on local Google search are the ones that have been running a consistent system for the longest time, which means the best time to start is right now, not next month, not after this your busy season. Come on, like, okay, we are in our season now, let's do this after our season. No, that's wrong. Now that you are very busy, now that you have a lot of customers, it's the best time to activate it so that those plenty customers that is keeping you busy, they are part of the people that are going to help you to rank higher on Google. So that when you go out of that season, those reviews you've gotten must make your page to become so lively that whenever somebody is looking for your business, your service, you are the one that is topping the chart. Because every week without a system is a week your competitors' compounding advantage is growing. A real example from a 470 customers in one morning. Now, let me share something that happened when a photography studio activated this system. On their first day, they uploaded their full customer list. They had about 470 people they had photographed over the years. So the review request went out that morning via their own WhatsApp number. We used the customer's WhatsApp number to send these messages. So it went out that morning, the message started going. And we treat this, it's not like the whole 470 message list was bombarded at once. No, we spaced over time. So the messages were going gradually so that everything feels organic, because you don't want all of the traffic to go to your Google at once. Google will be like, what's happening? This person has not been doing anything since. Where did they power from? So we just make it to be so to go gradually so that it feels organic. Now, by the end of the day, they started getting reviews. People have started messaging. Of course, some of the customers has forgotten them. They're asking, who is this? Where, when did I do this? Started reminding, some people have lost their phones and all of that. So some people, not all the people responded, but some people are started getting, most of the time we get something within maybe 15 to 30% rate. So you can imagine how much reviews that would put to your page. Now, the studio owner did not send a single message manually. They did not remind a single customer. Those 470 people were not suddenly more loyal than before. They were always happy with the service. They just never had anyone reach them at the right time, through the right channel, with an easy way to act. That's the reactivation opportunities sitting inside your business right now. So your past customers will leave you a review today if someone asks them properly. Before I tell you how to get started, I want to address the questions I hear most of the time, because I want you to make a fully informed decision. Now, will this actually work for my type of business? That's the first question. The system works for any business that has direct customers interaction. Whether you're a photographer, you own a salon, a spa, event planner, cleaning companies, consultants, fitnesses, real estate, fashion brand, etc. The common thread is The common trend is this: you serve people, those people have experiences, and those experiences are worth capturing as reviews. Now, if that describes your business, and it almost certainly does, the system is definitely going to work for you. The second question is that, what if I get a bad review? This is actually one of the most important questions, because a bad review are not the problem most people think they are. A business with 80 reviews and a 4.3 rating convert better than a business with 8 reviews and a 4.9 rating. Now, the reason is because the 80 review business looks real, established, and believable. A perfect rating with almost no reviews looks suspicious to modern consumers. They've been trained to look for volume, not perfection. And when a bad review comes in, and occasionally they do, a professional, calm response that addresses the concern actually builds more trust with potential customers reading it than if the complaint had never happened. Secondly, if you run a kind of business that probably you normally get a lot of bad review, which you should not. We also have a system we use in sorting out these reviews. That's if you want it. This is going to reduce the conversion rate of your review, because it's extra step for people. We try to find out if they want to give you a positive review or not. So if they are giving you a positive review, we send them to Google. If they are planning to give you a negative review, we send them to send that thing internally. So you are the one that's going to receive the message. It's not going publicly. So that is something we do. If your kind of business, you know that there are so many kind of bad review, but we usually don't push for that, because it's going to reduce your conversion rate. You are going to get lesser review, because some people, once they say, yes, I'm giving a positive review, they don't go to the next step again of going to Google, because that's an extra step. And the more step you put, the more the friction is there and the more the conversion. So you may lose some percentage of people that were giving you positive review just because you put that gate there. So we do review gating as well, but we don't encourage it. We don't push it. We try to discourage it as much as possible. Now, we handle every of a review, the good ones and the difficult ones as well. The third question is that, what does this cost? Now, we have a starter plan that starts from 30,000 naira per month for us for the first plan, and our growth plan, which is what most businesses on this webinar will be on. So these are the various plans that we have for now. So we have the starter plan, which is for like 30,000 naira per month. So this one is for specifically for those people that you don't use WhatsApp. If your customers are mainly on emails, if you interact with them on email, so this plan is going to work for you. But for us to activate WhatsApp, to use your own WhatsApp number to send messages to these people, is the growth plan and the grow plan. Those are the ones that gives you access to WhatsApp. And so basically, most people fall into this growth plan. The people that are on this grow plan are those that have a lot of working customers. Let's say on a daily basis, you have a lot of people that you serve, like you have a lot of customers on daily basis that you send a lot of reviews to daily. So, but if you run normal businesses that you have between 50 to 100 customers that you deal with, and at the end of the month, this growth plan is definitely going to serve. So it served most of our customers. So except you have multiple, if you have multiple locations, like some people have different branches of their businesses, they have in different states. So you want to put, and most of the time they use maybe the same Google profile. So if you have different locations like that, then it's going to maybe be on the pro plan. But most businesses fall into that growth plan. So those are the plans that we have. When you start reacting to that number, I want you to think about one thing. What is one of your new clients worth to your business? Now, for most businesses, the answer is anywhere within 30,000 to 500,000 naira, depending on what your offer is. So a well-managed Google profile consistently bringing in new customers who found you through search, people who did not know you existed, were not referred to you, they just searched and they found you. One of those customers, every month, we cover the cost of this entire service for you. Sometimes you will get almost like 10 or more less from them. We also offer a 7 days free trial when you don't even need to give us any payment upfront. You don't need to give us your card details and anything. So you can see the result before you spend any single naira. Now, the fourth question is, do I have to give access to my Google account? Now, the answer to that is that no. You are not sharing your Google logins with us. We don't need your Google password and the rest of it. So what you are doing is you are connecting your Google business profile to our system through a standard third-party permission. It's the same type of connection you will use to give social media managers access to your Meta account. And just like that, you can revoke it anytime. So that connection is what allows us to see the reviews and respond to them on your business. Nothing else, no access to your accounts, no password is shared, just the reviews in the responses. Now, the final question is what happens to customer data? Your customer list is used solemnly to send reviews requests on your behalf. We don't sell it, we don't share it, we don't use it for anything else. And we operate under the Nigerian data protection regulation. So your customers' data exactly the way you get it on the platform. And whenever you want, you can take it off from there. Now, you can read our full privacy policy from website. The next question is which number will you use to send the request? I've answered this severally. We are definitely going to use the same WhatsApp number you use to chat with your clients. We will connect your business WhatsApp to the system so you can see and manage messages from your phone on the go. Here's what I want to leave you with. You now understand why some Nigerian businesses dominate local search and others stay invisible. You understand the three inputs Google actually uses to rank businesses. You understand the three things, which is request, response, and repurpose, that the top ranking businesses are doing consistently. Now, the question is, what are you going to do with all of these informations? Option one, you do nothing. Stay where you are. Let your competitors keep building while you manage everything else. You can be so busy with your business and you allow your competitors to keep on ranking higher. You may be the better person there, but they'll be the one that is being found. And the second option is to build this system yourself. Ask every of your customers manually. Respond to every reviews manually. Post every 5-star reviews yourself. It's possible. The only challenge is that a lot of business owners will not be able to sustain it, but it's actually possible. It's doable. Now, the third option is to let us run it for you on a 30-minute setup call. You can try it for free for the next 7 days. We just jump on the call. Within 30 minutes, we set up the system for you so that it starts running. You see what happens in the next 7 days. If you find it useful for your business, if you find the result that's what you want, you can now go ahead and make commitments. Now, we are going to connect your Google profile, import your customer list, and activate everything. From that call onward, the system runs in the background. You go back to running your business, you don't need to think about it again. It's just go ahead and run like that. So we handle the request, we handle the responses, we handle the repurposing for you. And the results start showing up on your Google profile. Usually within the first week, you start seeing the result. Start your free 7 days trial without any card. We don't need you to make any payment upfront. Just try it out. So just go ahead and start your free 7 days trial today. You don't need to make any payment upfront. You don't need to connect your card. We are going to contact you maybe on the day 6 or thereabout, ask you if you are enjoying the service, if you want to pay for the monthly subscription. If you say no, that's just it. It's just as simple as that. And if you want it, you can now go ahead. Now, the best way to express what I have described today is to start this free 7 days trial. No card is required, no automatic charge. You will see the review requests going out to your customers, reviews arriving on your profile, responses being published, content going live on your social media. View results within 7 days before you spend anything. To get started, use the link below this video to book your setup call. The whole process is going to take maybe like 30 minutes or thereabout. And if you have any questions before you are ready to book, you can send a WhatsApp message directly to this number, or you can also send us an email as well. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I will see you in the other side. So you can just scan this to access it. You can just scan this thing on your screen now to take you to the page, or you can visit our website, or just use the link. The link below this video will make it very easy for you. Just click on the link, create your setup call, book the call, look for the time that's convenient for you. Once you have booked the call, a WhatsApp message is going to be sent to you. So you just respond to us from there. And once we set up the call for you, your review will go live.